just saw is possible because of a new Blender add-on called Omnistep. In short, Omnistep makes it so you can interact with your 3D scenes as if you're playing a video game, including walking around in them, interacting with physics objects, and even using a real video game controller to control your character, like I'm doing here. If you want to get Omnistep and support what I'm doing on this channel at the same time, you can use the affiliate link that I've left in the video description to buy the add-on. It won't cost anything more than it normally would, but I'll get a portion of what you pay, which helps me keep putting out content on a regular basis because I don't have to spend as much time freelancing and I have more time to make videos. Before I go more in depth about how this works, I want to go over how we got here. And doing that means we have to wind the clock back to 2019 and the end of the Blender game engine. Up until 2019 and the release of Blender 2.8, Blender used to have its own game engine. It was rather creatively called Blender Game Engine. BGE was a fairly basic game engine, but it did enable users to do some pretty cool stuff, and there were even some standalone games made with it. Allowing for live interaction within Blender opened up a lot of possibilities to use Blender in ways that traditional DCCs, which is digital content creation engines, generally aren't used. Ultimately though, maintaining an entire game engine within Blender was just too much work for the Blender developers. On top of supporting Blender Core and beginning to build the incredible new geometry nodes features, it was just too much, which I understand. But while I fully understand why the developers made this choice, it was still sad to see it go. I think having something like this in Blender is really important because it allows storytellers to explore their craft in a way that standard software like Maya or 3ds Max just doesn't really let you. Game engines like Unreal and Unity exist, of course, and there's even an amazing open source project named Godot, which at this point is kind of becoming a game engine counterpoint to Blender. And if you haven't heard it or checked it out, I recommend doing that. It's just like Blender, completely free, and their developers are also amazing. While these game engines are really quite incredible, honestly, they are still game engines, and so they're understandably focused around making games. And they don't totally fill the niche that I'm thinking of. See, I grew up watching series like Red vs. Blue that were filmed inside actual games. And I think having the ability to do something like that inside of Blender is really powerful because it brings the strength of non-traditional filmmaking like Red vs. Blue and other video game series into a software that has traditional filmmaking power. While Blender Game Engine might be dead and gone, I think the demand for video game media is just growing. There have been a number of really fantastic series here on YouTube, independent Minecraft animations, and amazing stuff like the Night Shift archive, which is made by Riley B3D, and I think you should absolutely check that out if you haven't. It's a fantastic example of both blending video games and media and also doing that sort of thing inside of Blender. And I think having a tool like this in Blender is really important because I think traditional media, while there have been some successes like Fallout, tends to kind of miss the mark. Looking at you, Halo TV show, what a disappointment. Rambling aside, what I'm trying to say is that the loss of the Blender game engine was hard, because it took some of the potential for this type of content off of the table, or at least made it much harder. Blender 2.8 is probably where this story would have ended too, if it wasn't for the add-on development community. While I can't pretend to know what developer Damian Minovsky was thinking when he sat down to make Omnistep, I imagine he shared some of the same melancholy I felt seeing the Blender game engine go the way of the dodo.
There goes our last female.
As an add-on developer myself, I can't imagine why else he would take on something this challenging, but my god did he succeed. I've been using Omnistep for a few weeks now, and it makes you experience Blender in a way you never have before. The novelty of being able to generate a whole city using the add-on I'm building, it's called Scene Engine, more on that later, and then actually go down and walk around the streets like I'm really there, still hasn't worn off. Omnistep doesn't just give you the ability to walk or fly around your scenes though. You can also run custom user scripts. So if you're a developer, or if you know one, or if you're a little bit handy with ChatGPT, you can extend the functionality of the add-on to do things like picking up and throwing objects, making doors you can actually open and close, or even something crazy like flying an airplane. With the growth of virtual production as a huge new industry, the way we're creating media and the type of media we're creating are going through a huge shift right now. And I think tools like Omnistep are on the forefront of that change. And that's why I've dedicated this video to it, and some of my time to learning it, because as a 3D artist, the moment we stop learning new stuff is the moment we stagnate. And that's why I end every one of my videos by reminding you to never stop learning.